All right, so what are my top 10 tips for achieving GRE success? Well, I'm glad you asked. Quite frankly, it's about time. Because I've been teaching the GRE for over 5 years, so I could give you 100 tips for achieving GRE success. But I'm going to restrain myself and just go with the top 10. But don't ask me to pick just quant or just verbal, because that's like Sophie's Choice. I love them both way too much. So I, Nick Bascom, Kaplan National Teacher of the Year, I'm going to give you guys my top 5 tips for both the verbal and quantitative sections of the GRE. Let's start with verbal. Tip number 10. Know how to practice and study vocabulary effectively. I know we all love to pour through the dictionary late at night, but there's a better way. If you study word groups and word roots, and you create networks in your brain of these words, you're going to drive associations between them and improve memory retention. Tip number 9. Create clutch, concise passage maps. Most people commit one of two errors. They either write nothing down at all and remember little about the passage, or they want to rewrite the entire passage and it eats into their time. There's a middle ground, guys. It's sublime. All right, tip number 8. Understand the complexities of an argument. Be able to break it apart into its conclusion, its evidence, and find an assumption. That's going to help you with both critical reasoning questions as well as the argument essay. Tip number 7. Know the wrong answer types cold. People who've had the biggest jumps in the reading comprehension section come back to me and say, I heard your voice in my ear telling me, don't you dare pick that extreme or out of scope answer choice because you know that it's a trap. Last verbal tip, guys, tip number 6, predict. Predicting is another great way to home in on the right answer choice and avoid wrong answer traps. All right, let's get to the quant. Tip number 5, know how and know when to pick numbers, because it can make impossible problems manageable and it can make hard problems move much more quickly. Tip number 4, also, guys, know how to eliminate answer choices strategically so that if you are going to test answer choices, you only test the ones that you need to. Tip number 3, make sure you answer the right question. These test makers are sneaky, but they're like video game villains in that they always make the same moves. So if you watch out for them, and one of those common moves is to put a value that you solve for along the way to getting the right answer as one of the answer choices, you can avoid that trap. So answer the right question, not the wrong question. All right, tip number 2, learn your special right triangles. Yes, I want you to know all the formulas, but the special right triangles are huge because they represent a great opportunity to avoid doing needless calculations so that you avoid opportunity for error and you get the right answer choice more efficiently, more effectively. So know those specials, Pythagorean triples and your other specials. Last tip, guys, for my quant section is understand the quantitative comparison question type. How to approach it. Because again, that represents another opportunity for you to gain a lot of ground on people because you're not going to do unnecessary calculations and you're going to be much more efficient and accurate with your approach. Okay? So I made a little lie though, because in the Kaplan world, all of our top 10 lists actually go up to 11. So I have a bonus tip. My bonus tip is practice. That's right, we talk about practice, man. But I'm serious. If you practice the wrong way, you're going to do unnecessary work, you're going to build bad habits, you're going to get a bad score. But if you practice the right way, you're only going to focus on the things you need to focus on. You're going to build good habits, get a good score, get where you need to go. All right, so those are my top 11 tips for achieving success on the GRE. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.